A very good morning to all my dear students of class 8th A and 8th B. Thank you so much for wishing me and making my day special. So in this video we are going to study about chapter number 5 of Judiciary. Okay, so we have discussed a little about this chapter in the live class, and I guess here I'm going to repeat it once again. As we know that there are three organs of the government: the legislature, the executive, and the judiciary. Now, these organs were further classified, like legislative is into parliament, that is Rajya Sabha, Lok Sabha, two houses, executive, the president, and in judiciary, the Supreme Court of India, because this is the apex court, the very main and important court. Now, judiciary is the third branch of government. The first two branches include legislative, that makes the laws, and executive, that executes the law. That means how we need to follow up the things. Okay, now the judiciary. But India is a federation or federal structural government, right? We have read this in chapter also. It means that administration is according to the constitution, and that is divided between the government and the government at the center and the state level. Thus, government equals to legislative plus executive plus judiciary at both the state and central level. Now, what is this? This is the important role of judiciary, that is categorized into three. Number one is dispute resolution. Number two is judicial review. Number three, upholding the laws and enforcing fundamental rights. Now I will explain these one by one to you once again for a better understanding. So let's begin with dispute resolution. Dispute means jhagde. Resolution means samadhan nikalna. So the judicial system provides a mechanism. Mechanism is just like a tool that resolves our disputes. And now the disputes can be between the citizen and government, two state governments, and the last, the center and state government. I have given you the example also of these. So let's describe more about dispute resolution into a definition, that how we can write it. As we know that court take decisions on a very large number of issues. Now, dispute resolution, the judicial system provides a mechanism for resolving disputes between citizens and the government, between two state governments, and between the center and the state government. If you have to write, you can write like this, or you can explain like the flowchart also. Now, what are these? These are the importance role of the judiciary. If I asked you, you have to explain these three. If in short, then just write the name. If I ask in the long question, then you have to explain with the meaning and with the definitions. Okay, I have given the example, like if it happens between two state governments like in Sushant Singh Rajput case, between the Bihar government and the Maharashtra government, right? Okay, next is judicial review. As the final interpreter of the constitution, the judiciary also has the power to strike down particular laws if it believes that these are violations of the basic structure of the constitution. If the judiciary thinks that further law is breaked, अगर कोई भी law को break किया गया है, तो judiciary के पास क्या right होता है, that they can strike out the particular law. किसी भी law में अगर ऐसा हुआ है तो judiciary के पास ये power होती है, और इसी को हम कहते हैं judicial review. It is just like rechecking. Okay, I hope I am able to make you understand this, that except interpreting the laws, it has the power to strike it down. Now the third one, upholding the law and enforcing fundamental rights. Every citizen can approach the Supreme Court or the High Court if they believe that their fundamental rights have been violated. You can go. First, you need to start from the lower court, that is the district court, and if you think the justice has not been made, then you can go to the high court. And again, if you think you do not get the justice, then you can approach to the Supreme Court. But yes, do remember that it should be with a valid that you believe that your fundamental right have been violated. Okay. Now I have described this in the format of definition, both judicial review and upholding the laws and enforcing fundamental rights. If I ask what do you mean by judicial review, that means that if any of the basic structure of the Constitution is violated, then the judiciary has the right to strike down the particular law that was passed by the parliament. And upholding the law and enforcing fundamental right means every citizen of India can approach the Supreme Court or the High Court only if they believe that their fundamental right have been violated. Okay, I hope I'm able to make you understand this. Okay, so now moving on to the current topic of the video, that is independence of judiciary. And here you can see the Supreme Court. The Indian Constitution protects the citizen from any partial judgment where you think that this is not in your favor, that is partial judgment. And this gives the power to the judiciary to make decisions based on the rules of the law. In case of any dispute, due to such authority, the judiciary of the country is an independent body. That means judiciary do not have to reply anyone that why you have taken this decision. It is above everything, okay? It is above the government. They have the right to give justice. So this kind of authority makes judiciary the independent body. Okay, as you can see, the Indian Constitution protects the citizens against the influence of the rich and the powerful people by providing independence of judiciary, and this is done by separation of powers. That means that no other organ of the government can interfere in between. That means like legislature cannot interfere in the work of executive cannot interfere in the work of the judiciary. The courts are not under the government and do not act on their behalf. उनके कहने पे नहीं चलते हैं. The courts are not under the government and do not act on their behalf. The Supreme Court and the High Court judges as appointed with very little interference from other branches of the government. यानी जो इनमें judges बैठते हैं उनमें government का कोई खास role नहीं होता. Once appointed, it is very difficult to remove a judge. एक बार appoint कर लिया उसके बाद आसान नहीं है कि आप उस judge को remove कर पाएं. एक प्रोसेस होता है जिसे हम कहते हैं इम्पीचमेंट. ये सेम प्रोसेस लागू होता है प्रेसिडेंट को रिमूव करने के लिए भी, जिसके बारे में हम लाइव क्लास में ही पढ़ेंगे. It is the independence of the judiciary that allows the court to play a central role in ensuring that there is no misuse of power by the legislature and the executive. It also plays a crucial role in protecting the fundamental rights of citizens, because anyone can approach the court, whether me or you, if they believe that their rights have been violated or breached. Okay. So the next is courts under judiciary. Now judiciary के अंदर कैसे courts आते हैं? The first one, the Supreme Court, only one. Okay, that is the apex court. Just like RBI is the apex bank, the main bank. Second level is of High Court, one in every state. Third is District Court, one in every district. हर होती है एक एक जिले में. ठीक है. Next, the Supreme Court, the High Court, and the subordinate court are all linked to each other. They are linked with each other, but they cannot interfere in the work of each other. Okay, they all are independent bodies, especially the Supreme Court. The High Court deals with cases such as concerning the fundamental rights of citizens, election petitions, and other civil and criminal cases also. These all are the concerns cases of the High Court. Now, in India, we have an integrated judicial system, which means that decision made by the high courts are binding on the lower court. अगर आपके पास हाई कोर्ट में कोई डिसीजन आया है तो वो लोअर कोर्ट से ही पहले आया होगा. You have to appeal first in lower court. Another way is through the appellate system that exists in India. This means that a person can appeal to a higher court. Appellate system क्या है? जिसमें आपको पहले अपील करनी पड़ती है लोअर कोर्ट में, because each state has a high court which is the highest court of that state, but before that you have to go in the lower court, that is the district court. At the top is the Supreme Court that is located in New Delhi and is presided by Chief Justice of India. The decision of the Supreme Court are binding on all other courts in India. सबसे बाइंड होके किस केस में क्या क्या निकला सबसे वो होके आता है. ठीक है, लोअर में क्या आया, हाई कोर्ट में क्या आया, एंड फाइनली द डिसीजन ऑफ सुप्रीम कोर्ट. I hope you are able to understand. So that's it for today. Thank you so much.